Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Bishop Michael Eldon School became a green school in 2014 and received their green flag back in 2016. Now in 2018, the school is taking their eco-friendly efforts to a new level. This summer, Bishop Michael Eldon School took on the challenge of installing solar panels on a portion of the high school building. Principal Kurt Hollingsworth says that they thought it would be necessary going forward in order to conserve energy. He says the initiative is also in line with the consciousness of the school's effort to promote an eco-friendly school community and environment.
This step towards solarization is a much needed one. We've had it installed since the summer, and as a result of the installation of the solar panel, we have seen a significant savings in the cost itself, and it says something about the school's concern regarding energy. So yes, it's a wonderful addition, and we all appreciate what's going on with it.
He notes that the more money the school can save on energy, the more can be invested into education. Hollingsworth says that they are now in the process of installing a second unit, which will further benefit the school. Now, because the school has consistently maintained its green school status, this second unit is being sponsored through an international program.
That particular unit, I think it's going to be totally battery operated by the use of the sun and the way how the solar works. It'll be placed over the computer lab. And that in itself again will help us cut back on energy. The eco program here is really working. Everything is energy, and along with trying to ensure that we go totally green.
The long-term plan for the school is to be as eco-friendly and energy efficient as possible. He says that the staff and student body are all on board with the message of maintaining their green status.
The credit must be given to Ms. Salem, our science teacher, when it comes to the green program, something that was started under the former principal, Mrs. Doherty. We do have the international green flag, and Bishop Michael Eldon would have been the first school to have obtained that particular feat. And we're proud to do that. And right now what we're trying to do is to retain it and maintain it.
Hollingsworth says there are also plans to install solar panels for the primary school. The 206th Annual Conference of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of the Methodist Church is scheduled for Grands Bahama Island this month. Superintendent of the Grands Bahamas Circuit, Reverend Kenneth Lewis, says that they are excited to be hosting the conference and they are looking forward to participation from the community.
For 10 years, Reverend Theophilus Rhodes served here in the Grand Bahama Circuit faithfully, and now he's returning as the president of the conference. Yes, and as bishop of the church. And so we are excited about that. We are also excited that this will allow us, as Reverend Ware spoke about, the conference speaking to issues facing the nation. Well, we are going to look at issues facing Grand Bahama and see how we as a church can bring relief to our people here.
The conference is set for January 16th through the 22nd, and 100 delegates from across the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands are expected to attend. Grands Bahamas Circuit member Reverend Dr. J. Emmett Ware says the conference will include 2 sessions, ministerial and representative.
The ministerial session will deal with matters pertaining to the ministers themselves and their families and whatever other concerns they might have towards the ministry. And then, of course, we have the representative session where you have laypersons along with ministers. And that deals, of course, with the business of running the church and society. And it's so long because you have both sessions, but they meet separately. You'd have the ministers meeting first to discuss whatever internal matters we might have as ministers, and then we have the laypersons along with the ministers, and they represent each other.
The conference will also focus on St. Paul's Methodist College and reestablishing the institution to its preeminence. Now, her stage name is Divine Lady. We know her as Vanessa Clark, and she is releasing a New Year's Day single titled Like the Dew. Vanessa says this album was created to reassure persons who are having a hard time that God will never leave nor forsake them. Shashina Rowe-Farquharson has the story.
She has opened concerts for international names like Vashawn Mitchell, Canton Jones, and Nigel Lewis. Made history when she won the Best Female Vocalist Award at the Marlin Awards, among many others, and is currently the host here at the BCB Morning Glory radio show. But now, Divine Lady Vanessa Clark has reached a new high in her musical career as she dropped her latest title track, Like a Dew. She says she was inspired by God to write this album after one of her closest friends was going through a hard time.
The whole project is to give us our power back, to know that we have a God who is fighting for us. We will always be victorious. We will always be victorious. No matter what comes your way, no matter what someone may do to you, no matter how bad a situation may get, you will always be victorious. Like the dew in the morning, he will make his presence known. I'm telling you, Shashina, from I went to the studio in Nassau to do this project, it was hot during that time. Every morning when I was going to work, the dew was all around in the heat. And I would laugh. Every time I would go to the car, I would laugh and I say, God, I see you.
But even with those laughs came many tears, as she says this 2-year journey to produce this album was not easy. And many times she found herself wanting to give up.
I said, everything is going to war, taking care of the house, taking care of the children. I said, I don't see how I'm going to get this done. I said, I'm not sure if you want me to do this. The very same day, one of my friends called me. She said, she's a prayer partner of mine. And she said, Vanessa, she said, the Father spoke to me concerning you.
Clark says with the financial support of her friend and her husband, she was able to get the project off the ground, despite having to travel to Nassau to have it completed by producers there.
I heard from a DJ in Trinidad who Facebooked me, and he said he loved the song. Never met him before or anything like that. He's like, are you the Vanessa Clark who sings Like the Dew? The song just came out yesterday. And I'm like, yes, I am that Vanessa Clark. And he said he loved the song. He's going to push it for me. And then I have some friends in North Carolina. They sent it to all of their contacts in the U.S.
Clark says when she started the project, God told her to think globally. And that's what she is doing. The single Like the Dew will be available for download on iTunes, Amazon, and iHeartRadio by Thursday. Shashina Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Now, Clark is also in the process of preparing a Like a Dew women's devotional book and CD. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Welcome. Lynn sent this question. I have a large keloid on my ear, and it's really embarrassing. I had it removed before, but it keeps coming back. What else can be done to get rid of it? Hi, Lynn. Thank you for your question. Keloids can be very frustrating to deal with, especially when they are located on parts of the body that are visible. A keloid is an overgrowth of scar tissue that develops around a wound. The cause is not known, but it's more common in people who have darker skin. There seems to be a problem with cells called fibroblasts, which are responsible for the production of scar tissue called collagen. Keloids can develop after acne spots and boils, body piercings, burns, lacerations, and surgical wounds. Various treatment options are available, such as cryotherapy, in which a probe is used to freeze the tissue, steroid injections into the keloid, or removal by laser therapy. People prone to develop keloids should avoid piercings, tattoos, and unnecessary surgery. Please visit any of our community clinics so that a doctor can provide the appropriate referral for treatment of your keloids. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, a check on sports is up next with Ricardo Lightbourne.